What you're about to listen to is part of the Podgods Network. If you go to podgodsnetwork.com, you'll find other great shows there too. If you have a problem with this or any other show, please write it in an email. And go fuck yourself. Have a nice day!
Boys, men, wolves. Boys, men, wolves. Boys, men.
Oh man, Trey, look up at the sky. It's a full moon on the Sabbath. This is scary. Break it down.
I was working late on my Haftorah when I heard a knock on my bedroom door. I opened it up, and to my surprise, there was a werewolf standing there with glowing gold eyes. He said, "Tomorrow, my son, you will be a man. But tonight's the time to join the Wolfen clan. Tomorrow you will stand at the bima and pray. But tonight, let's gaze at the moon and bathe." Werewolf for mitzvah, spooky, scary. Boys becoming men becoming wolves. Werewolf for mitzvah, spooky, scary. Boys becoming men becoming wolves.
Alright, that was great, Trey, okay. It's over, that's a wrap.
The next day what happened? The Toma didn't teach. I got up in front of everyone to give my little speech. Then my teeth turned into fangs and my nails into claws. And I nearly dropped the Torah when my hands turned into paws. I growled and I roared and my rabbi did as well. It was a rocking werewolf zoo at Temple Beth Emmanuel.
Hey man, where'd you learn all these Jewish words?
My manager Harvey Lemmings. Werewolf bar mitzvah, spooky, scary. Boys becoming men becoming wolves.
I just don't think the idea of the song can sustain itself for that long. It seems a little sweaty now, so.
This whole premise is sweaty. We had a reception at the Larchmont Country Club. They served a real nice brisket and an 8-foot party sub. I danced with my cousins, I got money from my folks. We had a lot of fun making circumcision jokes. Then I remembered the premise of my song. I was at a nice reception, but the werewolf part was gone. So we pulled ourselves together and we're wolfmen again. Just in time for monster fight to begin. All the country club employees were brain-sucking packed. We had all turned into zombies and were on the attack. So we fought them and some Draculas and Frankensteins too. Cause you gotta love bar mitzvah even if you're not an old. Werewolf bar mitzvah, spooky, scary. Boys becoming men becoming wolves. Werewolf bar mitzvah, kooky, hairy. Boys becoming men becoming wolves. I don't want this. I don't like this. This is scary. Turning into werewolves and stuff, you know?
Hey everybody, this is Salty Language episode 171, the Halloween Spanktacular. Ooh, spooky. I don't have a good Halloween nickname for myself, so I'm Brian.
What about Brian Slayer Stunami?
Can I make it rain blood?
Sure, it's a sweet song.
I know, that's why I went with it.
Yeah,
and
perfect.
And joining me from the undisclosed Salty Language,
you mean the underworld?
Parts unknown. Death Valley.
It's just Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Tony.
Yeah. I got no cool nickname either.
Yeah.
Just Tony.
Yeah. Yeah, we really suck at this Halloween thing. At the, nicknames and being spooky and what have you.
And all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I am for parts unknown and the underworld. It's haunted and stuff.
This would actually be a great time, like if we really wanted to scare everybody, to put like, a creepy Uncle or an Uncle Tony bit. Should have had Uncle Tony open the show. And
like Uncle Tony's Halloween Tales.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, you might have just stumbled onto gold right there. Be like the Crypt Keeper introing a spooky story or something.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to some because I don't remember what the voice was.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think all it is you just do it naturally and you don't realize it.
It may be.
Yeah. That's how you talk to
I just
everyone.
need to come up with a whole new voice.
Or that, yeah.
A whole new voice to diddle children with. Something like that.
That's kind of weird. Are you diddling them with your voice? That's that may be more frightening.
That's what old man Banshee does. Like, get away from this playground, you.
Oh man, was he Irish or was he Scottish? Do you remember?
I don't know. Either way, he's drunk.
Well, that makes it even creepier because
True.
Mutants with drunken using their abilities.
Stop mutant powering that lad's trousers off.
Professor X.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the reason he had the blanket over his lap all the time.
Just wheeling around, just fapping.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just pretty impressive, since paralyzed.
Right. He was faking that.
That's true.
He's just lazy. I mean, if you can get a chair that just hovered around like that, I mean,
You make a good point.
Why use your legs like a savage?
That's true.
When you could, be a man of leisure and just hover around everywhere.
Now, he had the sick hover chair, right?
Yeah.
You just think he just took dumps right into it and it just took care of everything?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it just somehow mulched it up and shot it out the back.
Use it for fuel.
Right. Nobody ever wanted to walk behind the professor's wheelchair.
It's true.
It was like walking behind a horse.
Like, geez, watch out. It's an our Professor X road apple.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
He's fucking
Sounds horrible.
He's eating apples and hay. He's like...
Exactly.
What a weird diet.
Worse than having geese at the, X campus.
Right.
Jesus.
Oh, man. Even Wolverine thinks he's, a bit too feral.
Animalistic.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man. We have indoor plumbing, for God's sake. I know you can walk, Chuck. Or at least, drag telekinesis your ass onto the toilet.
Something, anything.
Jesus Christ. Actually,
Wow.
I don't think he had telekinesis, if I believe right. I think he was... Did he?
He'll just mind power someone to, pick him up and take him over there.
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh, God. Beast in a candy striper outfit.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, my. Stars and garters.
Beast always wonders why he has these holes in his memory and poop in his forearm fur.
Oh, let's not get back into that.
It's like Chewbacca again.
Right? Getting peanut butter out of your arm hair.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Beast.
Yeah. See, that's why people tune into the show. They want the real geek talk. Forget whether Thor can beat up Superman.
That's true. It's a Professor X shits in his wheelchair.
That's right. We're hitting you with the tough stories.
Exactly.
The ones that don't make all the papers.
I'll have to check his wiki.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be erased.
Probably. No, I didn't say add to it, but I should.
Oh. Yeah, add that he used to live next to Tate.
Perfect.
Like Dennis Rodman.
Just like Dennis Rodman. God, that was so great.
Our
what a
favorite
hilarious
mutant.
thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I need to add that to my notes to find that.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go back and add it again and put it on there again.
Oh, no.
It'd be kind of funny. Just once a year, throw it on there.
That would be funny.
Being somebody watching it, be like, "Why? How in the hell?" Next thing you know, you're banned from Wikipedia.
Good luck. I'll just use a different IP.
Okay, anonymous.
Yeah, download a Tor or whatever that is. So you can browse anonymously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you're, just 3 more days, then you can put on your anonymous mask and,
That's true.
remember. Anyway.
I can't wait to see everyone run around with Guy Fawkes masks, thinking they're cool
I know.
stuff.
Twitter's going to have all these remember the 5th of November and I'm always going to put up my tweet of, prove to me that you're a real fan by reciting anything other than that line from that book.
Wait.
Huh.
Wait. I got an idea.
Okay.
Brian, we need to start a distillery
Okay.
called like November Bourbon.
Okay.
And it only comes in fifths.
Oh, I like that. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on board for this.
Uh-huh.
Mainly because we're making bourbon.
And that's remember, the 5th of November.
I don't even care about all the gimmicky stuff. We just get bourbon out of it. So
Perfect.
I mean,
little Guy Fawkes like caps or something. I don't know.
that'd be funny. Brewed by ?
Yeah. We don't know. Who was it brewed by? Who was it consumed by?
Right. Fight the power, drink our bourbon. Ooh. The government's always trying to regulate us, and naturally we're fighting back.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Ugh,
Why wouldn't we, right?
I like this idea, though.
See?
Easy. It would be really easy to mock up in Photoshop a bourbon label, too.
It's true.
Be a great image for the episode.
It would be.
And all that work.
It's all that work, though, Brian.
I know, right?
Don't forget, we have the Rhino van, the Unicorn van, the Molester van.
Yeah, well, especially with Tiny Tim as a clown in the window.
It's true.
I keep meaning to change that to someone else, and I just can't figure out who that someone else needs to be. Because, I mean, it's not like it's difficult to find creepy molesters,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess
that's what we need is we need like someone to donate a bunch of money, and then we'll put them in there. If Diggity grows a mustache again, his picture's going in there. I'm just gonna say, I don't know if he still listens or not, but if he does, Diggity, if you grow that mustache you had last year for Movember or whatever we want to call it,
he gets to drive the salty language.
You're in the salty language driver's seat for the month at least. Probably longer because I'm lazy.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
The monthly enthusiast.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a pretty prestigious position. There's only
It
been, let's see, whose picture was it? Tate's was in it for a bit.
Yeah.
Tiny Tim. Feels like there was one other picture I had in there.
Did
I put you in there once?
Might have put me in there. For the video I put up when Oz was on our show first on YouTube, I put his head in there for the video.
Right?
Yeah.
That's appropriate, though. I could
But
see
yeah,
us driving around in a van.
It's true.
Not giving away free candy or anything.
Well, no, of course not.
Yeah. Yeah, see what I mean? See what I mean, though? Only a few have held that position.
The few, the proud.
I don't know about proud.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah. So I don't think Tate was that proud that her picture was in there.
Yeah, probably not.
Which is what made the joke even better.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Made it hilarious.
Right. And with Diggity, it's like, look, man, you put up a molestache pic. I mean, I have no choice but to put you where you belong. Driving the molest van, whatever you want to call it.
The molest van? No.
Yeah, see, it just doesn't, yeah. It's awkward, as it should be.
It's true. Yeah, I got nothing for it.
Yeah. So can we talk about No Shave November for a second here?
Sure.
Do you hate it as much as I do?
I do.
I mean, I like the idea behind whatever, but I hate the idea of awareness.
Right. I agree.
Like, don't get me wrong, there's some things people do need to be more aware of, and, guys by and large don't tend to go get whatever check that they're supposed to, because, we're Neanderthals, and, we man up and all that, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know, raising awareness doesn't solve the problems.
No.
I don't, whatever.
Although, in related news, I would like to raise awareness for our Amazon button, our Think Geek button, and our Donate button at the bottom of our page.
That's the kind of awareness. And or it'd be like Taco on the league and, just have a breast awareness month.
Perfect. No, I know what you're saying. It's just like okay, I know I know it happens.
Yeah.
Moving on.
The worst part for me is it's like, guys like us who've, been rocking a beard for longer than a day now.
Right.
Everybody, No Shave November. And it's like, no, I've had this like 2 years or a year and a half now.
Right.
Like, it's a little longer than it was. That's about it. I don't change my shaving or trimming habits based on that it's November. Aside from maybe I'll let it grow out a little more because it's cold.
Right.
That's about it. You know, through the summer, I like to keep it a little closer because it's hot.
You got to shear the sheep every once in a while.
Right. Make some sweaters and such. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Available through Tony Co. products.
Yes, the old face sweater.
Right. Made from real human hair. Those would be awful sweaters.
They would be horrible.
It would be so bad.
Not ours, though, because we beard oil.
Right.
Soft and luxurious.
You mean Earl.
Yeah, Earl it up.
Via the Earl of Beards.
Nice.
God damn it, we need to make these products.
I know. Really spitballing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, like you said, I get it. But yeah, I've never been a real big fan of Movember or No Shave November, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Except
Not to mention,
for one thing.
The other side of it, too, is that, or not the other side, but to participate, you're supposed to go completely shorn and then grow it out for the month. That's the whole point of it. I'm not shaving down to baby smooth, you know what I mean?
Nope.
I haven't been that way since I was, 6. So I'm not...
I did it 9 months ago, and it was a horrible
It
mistake.
was a terrible idea. There may still be pictures of it around if people want to be horrified.
Check my Instagram if you want to
Yeah.
dig deep.
It is Halloween. Woo!
Yeah, exactly. No shit. Be like, what's Slender Man doing here?
Fair enough.
Yeah. But the best part about it is since due to my job, I deliver to a lot of college campuses.
Yeah.
It's great seeing the little freshman kids try to grow anything.
Oh, they're growing those Sidney Crosby beards. Oh, they're all
Yes,
patchy
exactly.
and yeah.
Yeah, the patchy daycare beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those make me laugh. I'm like, oh yeah, it's November. It's hilarious.
You just want to go up and like tussle their beard. Yeah.
Like, let me take you under my wing.
That's not a place you want to be.
No,
I'm
that's
just
true.
warning everyone. If you hear Tony say that, run in the opposite direction as fast as you can. Maybe throw sand in his eyes too, because
What if I'm a beard shaman?
it could be true. You like open your coat up and you've just got beard earls.
Yes, exactly. Like the fucking merchants from Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. I was actually thinking like an alchemist from like the olden days where you'd go in there, they have all the different vials of various things, you know. But yeah, this is much better.
Oh, judging by your scruff, you need this elixir.
It just makes it fall out. Like, there you go, I fixed your problem. Need some help with that beard? Hand him a razor.
There you go.
Like,
get out of my sight.
Just stop, man.
You embarrassment.
Just stop. If it's Chernobyl on your face, just shave it off, man.
Chernobyl.
We appreciate it, but no. Unless you can grow an epic mustache or something, then by all means.
Well, true.
Pay no attention to what anyone says about it. If you can grow like a Tom Selleck or a Burt Reynolds mustache, for the betterment of the world, do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even, dare I say, a Nick Offerman.
Right. Yeah. Don't listen to anybody else. Just do that because, you know, it needs to happen once in a while.
The world needs it.
Right. To where it's like soft and luxurious and you can like waggle it in the breeze.
Exactly.
Shit, what? Actually, you know, after I said that, it reminded me of, there's a Simpsons episode with Flanders where he does that. Where I can't remember, somehow his like mustache gets wet or something like that, and it shows him in slow motion, like moving his head back and forth as the hair on his lip moves, like sways.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Looks like a shampoo commercial.
Yeah,
or
it
something.
does. Yep.
That's nice.
I can't remember the episode though, but anyway, yeah, that's.
So, how the hell was your week, Brian? Last I saw you, we were recording The Enthusiast on the tail end from getting annihilated
God.
in Detroit.
What a weekend.
Which, if you want to listen to that, listen to The Enthusiast.
Right.
We basically covered everything that happened there.
Yeah. Rather than recap it here, there's an hour of it there
Yeah,
in much, in high definition glory.
exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
Salty language and friends.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah. Yeah, that took me a couple days to recover from. Which
You too?
Yeah, and I was like, wow, I'm
Same
old.
Yeah, that fucked me up.
And I didn't even go drinking on Saturday because my plan was to get back after we recorded the podcast. Or, I'm sorry,
Right.
and
Ugh.
and you know, take me a couple hours of sleep since I got almost no sleep the night before.
Right.
And then go to the Halloween party, and I ended up, because of various things, not being able to go back to sleep until like an hour and a half before we were supposed to go or something, and I'm like, fuck this, I'm sleeping.
Sleep is good.
I felt like hot garbage because I, you know, had no sleep and had some of that, you know, second day beer feeling, and just,
Right.
I was like, nope, I'm too goddamn old for this.
No bueno.
Yeah, put on my Danny Glover costume and went to sleep. I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, it was pretty much after everyone left after recorded. We crashed.
Yeah, I bet.
And then, woke up and we went and got some food. And I was like, I'm not drinking tonight. I'm not drinking. Oh, they have delicious beer here.
Yeah.
Where we went to eat. So I ended up having beer there and a couple of drinks at the party, but I took it easy.
Yeah. I don't doubt
I mean,
it.
I was,
Ugh.
yeah.
That's why.
And I found out that whenever I derail because I generally I eat pretty clean
Yeah,
for the most part.
right.
When I derail for a few days like that, dude, it takes me
Oh, I bet.
forever to get back on,
Yep.
get back to feeling normal.
Right. Like I said, you know, it's
It
the
was
embodiment,
horrible.
the embodiment of the cheat meal for diets.
Yeah.
You know, so that you take that, you have whatever the hell you want, you feel like absolute garbage the next day, and then you go, wow, I should stop eating. Even on the cheat meal day, I should stop having that shit.
Yeah, it took me a few days to feel normal again. It was rough.
Right. Hitting the kale
But still
shakes.
totally worth it.
Right. As is
Yeah.
tradition.
Totally worth it.
Yeah. Other than that, this week, I had some blood pulled, and apparently
That's fun.
I'm supposed to have, supposed to kind of cut back on my carbs and whatever. So, that's it.
Carbs, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I think my blood sugar keeps running just a hair high, and she's trying to make sure that I don't have the diabetes.
The diabetes.
Yeah, which is probably a good thing, I guess.
Oh, for sure.
I hear diabetes is no fun.
Well, our kids got ass tons of candy for Halloween.
Yeah.
Which today we're like, count out 30 pieces of candy. You get a piece a day for a month. And the rest we're going to take there's a dentist not that far from here that does Halloween buyback.
Yeah.
They give you $1 a pound and then they send it to the troops.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Yep. That'll work.
I mean, yeah, exactly. We'll get whatever money and divvy it up amongst the children's. And
They don't send it to the troops. They just eat it themselves.
yeah, probably.
They go through it and they pick out their favorites. And,
That would not surprise
all the
me.
troops get her the,
I love almond joy darks.
the
and,
awful candies. Yeah. Like, why do we keep getting cowtails?
What is this garbage? These off-brand peanut butter cups that taste like chalk.
Nothing but Smarties again. Damn it.
Nice.
Candy corn aplenty.
Smarties, sour tarts, and candy corn.
Yep.
This blows.
Like, damn it. Can't I at least get one Hershey bar in here somewhere?
Nope, not at all.
Nope.
Tain't happening.
As the commanding officer's eating all the Hershey bars. Just smashing like 5 of them. Like, nope. You son of a bitch.
You bastard guys.
Yeah, that's about all I've been up to this week, though. Nothing
It's
exciting.
it was a weird, it's kind of an odd week. I mean, like I was telling you, I decided I'm going to start making best of things for Salty Language. So stay tuned to the Salty Language YouTube.
We've already made best ofs. It's 170, with this episode, 171 episodes of it.
That's true. 171 in progress.
Well, technically, I guess, 172, 173, because one was a 2-parter, and then there's
Right.
The Enthusiast.
That's
Right, so,
true.
yeah. Not to mention the few that we've made that didn't make it to the public. Or the
Okay,
half
how
of
about
one
this?
that only had me.
How about distilled best ofs?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where they've been cold filtered.
Cold filtered. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Cold filtered. Like it's a light beer or something.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh, that was another thing.
What?
We didn't record Friday because Jeannie was off that night, and she's like, "Hey, I'm not working. You want to see if Brian can record on Saturday? Because I'd like you and I should have a date night."
I
Because
disagree.
the kids trick or Because the kids trick-or-treated the day before, which is perfect since the weather was so shit on
the weather was
Halloween.
awful on Friday, yeah.
Yeah. So we then found out later, Blitzen, which is, for you not in the know, is a delicious Christmas beer from our local brewery.
Well, in fairness, they should know because we've talked about it in past episodes.
I'm going for new listeners.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
Well, they should have already done their homework.
They should have. So Blitzen came out on Friday. So Gene's like, let's go to brewery. I'm like, oh, perfect. You know? Mm-hmm. I head down there straight after work, walk in, didn't recognize anybody.
Right.
And the hostess was like, oh, where you been? Because it's been months since we've been there, right?
Yeah.
And then I recognized one of the waitresses, but I didn't recognize her first because everyone was in Halloween costumes because it was Halloween night. Meow. Exactly. Actually, she was a cat. She's like, I'm a cat. Meow.
You're like, yeah, I can tell you're a cat. It's one of those costumes that generally you don't have to tell somebody what you are.
Right.
I mean, unless you're, I don't know, some weird cat.
So, oh shit, you know what? We got a voicemail too.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot. It's been so long since we've had one. Yeah.
I'll have to see if I can pull it up on my thing here so we can play it.
Okay.
And both hear it.
All right.
But, so I show up by myself, of course. That's how it always happens. We go to the brewery, even on Growler Thursday nights. True. And I'm like, well, I'm going to wait to have a Blitzen for Jeannie to get here.
That was a terrible
idea. So I got their new IPA, delicious. I got some other beer. Oh, the Oktoberfest, delicious.
Right.
And then I get a text from Don and Renee. They're like, oh, hey, we see you're down there. We're going to swing by and fill some growlers.
Yeah, they are. Is Don's like sweating with lust for that Blitzen.
Yeah. But they're like, do you mind if we crash for like a half hour? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'm already at a 4-top table. It's perfect, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So they show up. Jeannie shows up. Everybody's there. Everyone orders a Blitzen. I'm still finishing my last beer. Don brings 3 of his growlers, fills them all with Blitzen, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
They finish their drinks and they dip. And I'm like, I'm already ordering my Blitzen. And I hear our waitress at the table next to us. She's bringing out a pitcher that's half full. And she's telling the table, this is on the house because this is the last of the Blitzen we have until Monday.
Wow.
They weren't expecting a huge rush on opening night. They only had a keg of it.
Why would... Okay. That's just stupid because, they run out of it every year. Or at least the last 2 years we've been going... Well, we didn't really go regularly.
Everyone likes it.
Yeah. Why would you think a keg is enough to get through a weekend?
When it comes out, I mean...
Like, if it came out on a Tuesday, I could maybe see it.
Yeah.
But when it's coming out on a Friday, first of all, people go...
Halloween night Friday?
Right. People are going to go, sweet, let's go get some beers. Second of all, they're going to go, I don't have to work tomorrow. Let's go get even more beers. Like us. You know? Like, if we heard about that and that was like a Growler Thursday weekend or whatever, we'd be like, let's move it to Friday so we can all just go get blitzened.
Exactly.
We can go become enthusiasts, if you will.
Boy, do we, too.
Yeah. You know.
Pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they weren't
silly gooses
prepared for that.
Silly
it's pretty
geeses.
It's pretty crazy, really, to think about it.
Well, because last year, remember how fast they ran out? And the year before, remember how sad Panda you guys were, 2 years ago? When we went and it was like the middle of November and they're like, yeah, we're out. And I thought you and Don were going to you guys were like holding each other sobbing. It was sad, you know? I felt bad for you guys. I like it, but I'm nowhere. That's why, was it last year? I think as it got later in the season and stuff, I'd let you guys order first. That way, if by chance there wasn't going to be a last one, because you know how I am. I like it and everything, but I'm not salivating for it like you guys do.
Yeah. I'm a big fan.
Well, no, it's fine. I just, why I'd hate to see him waste the last pint on me if you guys are sitting there all thirsty and,
right,
lusting for it with 60%ers and such,
Well, we do lust for it sometimes.
All the time.
But yeah, I couldn't believe that they ran out, and I did not officially have a pint. I mean, I got to have some because I swiped some for my lovely wife, but
yeah.
Well,
I guess lesson learned, right?
Lesson learned.
I guess if you go again and they have some, make sure you get yourself a pint at some point. Don't wait.
Although we did go, we took the kids to an open house at a different school today, just check it out.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the damn time change, and we didn't change the clock in the car, we showed up an hour early.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, let's go get some lunch. We went to Doc Watson's, which is a local delicious eatery for people around here.
Man, I haven't been there in so long. Yeah.
And they have Blitzen on tap.
Mm.
but I didn't get one there because I also had pecan pie porter, which was awesome.
Okay. I was
Yeah, it
going to
was
say,
pretty good.
come on, man. No, like, all right. Well,
Yeah.
now that they have Blitzen, it seems as though we need to get a Growler Thursday together here pretty quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we can't wait too long or they'll be out probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, the holidays and all. Once Thanksgiving hits, it all becomes a giant shit show for everybody.
Right.
So we'll have to get to work on that. Or just we'll have to go, whatever.
Whatever we can figure out.
To hell
Exactly.
with you, to hell with you. Huh. All right.
Wow, what the hell? Sorry, I'm trying to sign in here. This stupid Google Voice and it's not letting me.
Oh, right, for the voicemails
Yeah.
and such. Yeah, because if I play it, you won't be able to hear it. So it doesn't necessarily work right. But this is a fascinating part of the show, by the way.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. All right, well,
Yeah, fuck it.
I guess let's talk about, I don't know, something else. What do you want to talk about? We got
Um,
on my list, I've got football, comics, movies, and begging for money. Oh, and TV. And TV. So,
what was the last one? Oh, and TV. I don't know, whatever you want to talk about. I'm ready for anything.
all right, well, let's start with probably the biggest news. Especially, again, a lot of this is geek stuff, and, we apologize if you're not a geek like we is at times, but meh. I think most
Yeah.
people can get on board
Piss off.
for this kind of geekery, which was Marvel announced that they were making all the movies this week.
Yes, they were.
You've probably already heard about this from other, outlets by now, but man, excuse me, they got Captain America: Civil War, which I'm excited for. Little
Right.
apprehensive, but excited for. Black Panther, which they've been rumoring that for freaking like ever.
Which is it's the first black superhero movie.
Yep, yeah, because they're putting it out before DC gets
slow down. Blank Man. Hello.
Steel.
Steel. Kazam. Wait.
Kazam was a genie.
Yeah.
Anywho, but yeah, this is coming. Black Panther's coming out before Cyborg gets his movie, which I'm sure was
Right.
no accident. Because they want to get their whatnot out there first. Captain Marvel, with the female Captain Marvel,
Right.
which is interesting because again they're shooting for trying to. I think DC is going to get Wonder Woman out before Captain Marvel comes out though. But we'll see on that. Thor, they released the title of the next one, which is Ragnarok, which should be
Ragnarok and roll.
of course. It was an interesting comic storyline where it's basically the end of all things. It's
Right.
like where Asgard becomes, just crumbles and whatever. So, that could be kind of cool.
What of the Rainbow Road, Brian?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I think what they're doing with some of these, because there's no Iron Man movie on here. Like, they didn't release, like an Iron Man 4. And with Thor doing Ragnarok, I think they're kind of gearing it up to really... And Civil War also with Captain America. I think they're really gearing up for the team-up movies,
Right.
Because, also I didn't mention here, Inhumans, which I think might be a really cool idea for a movie, because it's
Right.
such a group of... That's going to be another one of those movies that could come through along the lines of Guardians, to where nobody's real familiar with the characters, and it just punches you as a great movie out of nowhere.
Right.
Because
exactly.
you don't have those expectations that you do for most of these others. Like Black Panther, I think, is in the same vein. Because I don't think most people know much about Black Panther.
Yeah, I was say the general public doesn't really know shit about him.
Right. They might recognize him like if their kids watch Avengers cartoons or something, but
Yeah.
aside from that, most people are probably going to have no idea who he is.
I mean, I'll bring on the Ugandan prince. That's
Right.
what I say.
Yep. I imagine it's going to have something to do with some villain wanting vibranium from, his country.
Right.
And then finally, they announced the Avengers Infinity Wars. Part 1 comes out in May of 2018, and Part 2 comes out in May of 2019.
Right.
And obviously, well, not obviously, but we talked last week. Remember when you were talking about Thanos and whatnot, and I was like, I think they're gearing up for a big event for the Infinity Gauntlet. Ta-da.
I just can't believe it's that far away.
I know. And not even just that far away, but when part 1 hits, we got to wait another year to see the second part.
And what's crazy about this
and
is
odds are, and there's going to be movies released in between.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they haven't announced anything in 2019 aside from Infinity Wars, at least that I know of. Most of these that I've mentioned most of them are in 2017 or 18. Captain America's the only one. That's in 2016. That's still 2 years off, or a year and a half off.
Well, what gets me, and Hugh Jackman, I mean, granted, he's held on so far.
Yeah.
But, when they do Avengers Infinity War, unless they're filming them all simultaneously, like Lord of the Rings.
Which would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, because how do you keep some of these fucks from aging?
Yeah. Yeah, because some of them, it's no big deal. Like, what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. Just give him some some Just for Men, and he's still going to look like that.
Right, exactly.
That's why I think, part of it is that's part of why they cast younger people, I think.
I'll say, what if someone decides to, dump a load into ScarJo?
She's already had a kid. She just recently had a kid. Or is having a kid, something like that.
What, in a tube? That's bullshit.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's that kind of stuff, though. Well, I mean, if nothing else, you got to watch out for along the lines of like the Heath Ledger thing.
Oh yeah,
you just never know when catastrophe could strike a star or something.
So when Paul Walker's into a tree or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they're saying that the end of Avengers Ultron is going to reshape, the Avengers roster. Which I think what they mean by that is that it's going to start leading into Captain America Civil War.
Right.
And then from there, I think most of these movies are going to have to deal with probably that and the fallout from that. Also, I forgot to write down, Guardians 2 also was announced.
Yes.
That comes out, next year, I think?
2017.
Oh, okay. So 2 years.
Yeah.
Jeez. I'm saying 2 years because we're almost done with 14. So
yeah, I know what you meant.
Yeah,
because it sure looked in the trailer that Hulk wasn't really getting along real well with the Avengers.
Yeah, right. Because him and Iron Man are playing some slap fighting. Yeah.
What do you feel about the Doctor Strange casting? It's been kind of a little controversy when they first announced it on the Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I'm fine with it.
I think it's fine too.
I think he's a good actor. I don't understand. Yeah. Man, there was a lot of negativity toward it. Which you know what? This goes back in a way to me with. You remember when the Fantastic Four was cast, and I was like, I don't understand why people are bitching about this because I don't see it as a high level character.
Right.
And I think as long as they do a good movie, that's really all that's important. And I kind of feel that way about Doctor Strange. Again, ask most people what they know about Doctor Strange. They're going to be like,
Doctor Who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not a character. Again, you may recognize him. A lot of people may. I'll openly admit, I don't know much at all about him.
Yeah, I don't know much about him either.
I've never really cared for. I've read different books that have been written about him, or different Doctor Strange titles over the years. I just never really cared that much. It was just never a character that really caught me.
I know he's into magic. He's got a cool cape and nice hair. Other than that, I got nothing. Okay. Oh, and a puffy shirt. He wears a pirate shirt, doesn't he?
I don't know if he still does or not.
I don't know.
I'll be honest. I didn't see as much negativity when Johnny Depp was being talked or rumored, and I have more of an issue with Johnny Depp being cast. Johnny Depp's an okay actor and all,
right.
But he's a cartoon character now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If he's not playing a cartoon character kind of a role, I don't know that I want Johnny Depp so much anymore. And Doctor Strange is not a cartoon character.
Like Johnny Depp as Plastic Man.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Well, it's like if I want Doctor Strange as a cartoon character, or the way Johnny Depp kind of is all eccentric with his acting, I almost feel like it's going to be more like, what's his name? The guy on Venture Brothers that's basically Doctor Strange. I can't think of his name now.
Either, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's kind of, I feel like it's going to be a little over the top for the character, and I actually think he should be more subdued. Because Doctor Strange really isn't an over-the-top kind of, from what I've read.
I mean, I don't see a problem with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Nah.
The most English name in existence.
That is true. I don't know that that'll ever be topped. That's going to be Sir, Reginald Stuffy Pants or something even looks at him and tips his hat,
Yeah, I mean, because I saw I saw some of our friends were kind of like not really feeling it on Twitter. I saw Jason and Annalise were talking about it on the Twitter. That's where I butted in my thing with hey, Sherlock Holmes, Khan, and Smog. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, right.
Of course. Oh, we're recording. Time to interrupt with meowing.
It's the meowing interlude. Well, you got to have a black cat for Halloween, right?
That's true.
So there you
spooky.
go. Yeah, woo, spooky.
It's arching its back and looking crazy. Yeah. Oh, witch flew by or something.
No, that was the cat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know.
Indeed. That's what I say.
Indeed.
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a hell of a movie lineup for their next chunk o' movies.
Yeah. Our pal Eric Palicki posted that he finds it kind of interesting about locking themselves into these movies this far in advance. That it's,
right.
And I kind of agree with that, because it's like, what if along the way some of these just
tank?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of feel like Marvel's like, we can do whatever the fuck we want now, because look what we did with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right. And, and it will be interesting to me to see how much they tie in, like Black Panther, Doctor Strange, into the other movies, or if they'll just kind of let them be standalone films, because like obviously Captain America, Thor, those are movies that are going to directly impact Civil War or the Infinity Wars. Guardians 2 is going to affect the Inhumans. I'm not entirely sure where what they'll do 100% with that, because they could involve them in this, or they could just have it be a separate
Right.
Same with Captain Marvel. They could include her. Same with Black Panther, too, because you could either... Because the rumor is basically that they're going to introduce him in Age of Ultron. And that he's going to be part of the Avengers by the end of the movie, kind of a thing, You know
what I want to see? I want to see a crossover.
Mm-hmm.
Like Black Panther... No, I'm sorry, not a crossover. A mashup. Black Panther and Coming to America. That's what I want to see.
Eddie Murphy is Black Panther?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Looking for his
in fairness,
princess.
If Eddie Murphy's in it, he's playing all the roles.
Oh, that's true.
Except for the Arsenio Hall role.
Well, yeah.
And the James Earl Jones role.
Also true.
Yeah. Other than that, he plays all of them.
I like it.
Even the Eric LaSalle role with the Soul Glow and everything. Eddie Murphy.
Let's get this movie made.
Yeah. It'll be low budget. Wait. Eddie Murphy's in it? Not low budget.
Not low budget at all.
You got to pay him like $40 million. To
even show up.
Which is weird. All right.
Oh, it's a strong lineup.
Yeah. That's a lot of... I mean, it's kind of interesting because I don't really feel like Marvel needed to do this, because I think Marvel is like... They've been like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his heyday, like flexing while, DC's been over in the corner shooting their ass with steroids, hoping they could get swole like Marvel.
Right.
They're like, man, how do we get all these mad gains, bro?
Now, did you see the DC lineup of movies?
Yes. I mean, that's an impressive lineup of movies as well, except DC's got very little to base it on.
Right, because they haven't really put out the movie foundation like Marvel has.
Even Marvel's bad, or not bad movies, but the lower end ones that aren't as good are still pretty decent movies by Marvel.
Yeah.
And DC, it's I can't say the same thing, because the movies I haven't liked of DC's, I've been like, ugh,
although I did see their, 2020 is a ways away, but they're redoing Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Probably a wise choice.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Because,
is right.
Yeah, that was a train wreck. Ugh. But yeah, there's some movies in there that, like the DC ones I'm excited about are like Shazam.
Right.
That one, I'm excited for a Wonder Woman movie, but I'm kind of, it's tempered because there's going to be a Wonder Woman movie for like 30 years now. And now we're going to get a woman to, head it. And it's like, they talked about this on 7 Days a Geek, and I'm totally with Oz on this. Where it's like, how about you just get somebody who's incredibly passionate about the character?
Right.
If it's a woman, fantastic. If it isn't, oh well.
What's it matter?
Yeah. And I'm not trying to keep a woman out of a role or anything. It's just like, come on, get this damn movie made. It's a beacon character.
Right.
We're not talking about some dumbass side character or something. This is a major character. And Joss Whedon was like all over himself trying to get a movie made, and they just kept screwing with him. And at the time, I don't know that there was anyone more passionate about Wonder Woman and getting that movie made than he was,
Yeah, right.
And they just dumped all over it for too long. So I just want it to be done right. I read something the other day that they may be, that a rumor for the Wonder Woman movie is that they'll have her coming to like America, not in the same way we were just talking about.
Would be awesome, though.
Although, just flip the, all-female cast instead, I still want Arsenio as their sidekick, though.
Arsenio plays everyone.
Right. No.
Or, I'm sorry, Eddie Murphy plays everyone.
Right.
Even in the Wonder Woman movie.
Oh, he's playing Wonder Woman?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. It's kind of
like
weird.
a Tyler Perry thing.
Oh, jeez. Tyler Perry presents Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Anyway, the rumor.
Can't you see Medea in like a toga and a metal wing helmet?
Oh God, she's playing
on Themyscira.
Oh shit! What is Wonder Woman's mom's name? I can't think of her name.
I'm gonna say Wonder Mom.
Okay, Wonder Mom. Medea plays Wonder Mom.
Yeah.
Oh God. All right.
This summer.
No. Rob Schneider is like, no.
On the island of Themyscira, Tyler Perry presents.
Damn it, man! Don't do this, because tomorrow DC will be announcing it.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, ooh, this is a good idea.
We've scrapped all plans.
The first time any of our nonsense gets picked up, it's on this.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
It's Tyler Perry presents Medea's Wonder Woman.
Which immediately leads to us putting out the second episode of The Enthusiasts, in which we promptly announced the end of the Salty Language program and our lives.
Yes, of
and
course.
we both commit seppuku.
Yes, as is tradition.
As is tradition. Although I'm not sure who's coming behind us to cut our heads off, because
we're just forced to suffer.
Oh, wow. We don't even get the honorable death, huh?
Dude, if we unloaded Tyler Perry's Wonder Woman...
We don't deserve it.
I'm sorry, Tyler Perry presents Medea's Wonder Woman.
Oh, God, you're right. Tyler Perry presents the Justice League.
Yeah, oh, jeez.
God. All right. So the rumor is that Wonder Woman will be coming to America, I think, after World War II.
Okay.
And they'd be shooting it in that time frame. And I was like, that's interesting, given that women's place in the world, they were, just really getting into the workplace, and that's I can live with that idea. That puts Wonder Woman in a great position of influence. Also in a great position of bigotry from men, of course.
Well, I mean, dinner better be ready.
I don't think anyone's giving her a black eye if dinner's cold.
I don't know. They might try.
Even Superman tries to give her a black eye, and I mean, she could, go rounds with him.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, so, yeah. But anyway, there's that. We'll see. All right. What do you want to move on to now? You got anything you want
to... How about we talk a little television?
All right.
Because why not?
Naturally.
Why not? Our shows that we've been watching.
Our programs, if you will. Our stories.
Our stories.
Yeah.
Yes. Brian, how was your story watching this week?
Oh, it was nice. The nice man came to the door.
A couple of yentas.
My nephew Jimmy, the doctor?
Oh, sweet Jimmy. I remember when he was a kid. Come around selling tins of popcorn.
Well, we found our next podcast.
Yeah, really.
That's the new direction
The
for
Yentas.
That's the new direction for the enthusiasts.
Perfect.
The Yentusiasts.
I love it. The Yentusiasts. That's perfect.
Oh shit! All right.
So I think the more I'm watching Gotham, the more I'm enjoying it.
Yes, I will actually state for the.
Oh, I just got booed.
You know what? I thought this episode was really good.
It was pretty strong.
I accept, and I'll agree with our pal Garrett, and you, as you've said just about every week now, cut the Bruce Wayne part out, and I think you have an excellent program.
Yes.
I think that was the weakest part of the whole show, was him sitting there doing his whining and Alfred acting like he doesn't know what the hell's going on. I swear, they're wasting that guy as Alfred.
I agree.
I think he should be taking a cane upside Bruce Wayne's head or something by now.
You mean like the wrestler Kane?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, it's Kane! It's Kane!
Comes in, just choke slams him.
Yeah. The devil's favorite demon. Ugh.
Ugh is right.
I don't know. That would be pretty entertaining, just out of nowhere,
Yeah.
like an
Exactly.
RKO. Yeah.
The door to the library kicks open. There's Kane.
Right.
I like it. Yeah. The Bruce Wayne shit is
Garbage.
shit. I guess.
Do you know what it is?
What?
It's and I'll say this. I think Oz said this, and if he didn't, whatever, I'll give him credit for it anyway. It reminds me in this program what the mom backstory is to Arrow.
Yeah.
I'm a good ways into the second season of Arrow, and they're still doing stuff with the mom that I'm just like, oh, stop it. So,
Damn it, Brian. Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry, spoilers. What I just did was save you some.
Yeah,
terror.
you're right. Save you some fast forward.
Other than that, good show, but. Oof.
Yeah, the whole like when he's napping on the chaise or whatever, and,
Yeah.
and like Catwoman comes in through the window and she like take a pillow or something, right?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
like,
She
what?
should have pissed
I
on
don't-
his head.
Yeah, like any cat would do.
Or taken something of actual value.
Yeah,
I like his debit card. I don't know.
I don't. It's or no. Actually, I think she took like a diary or book or.
Oh, you know what? You might be right.
I don't know. I was just like, I'm just watching. Like, why is this scene here?
Yeah.
I don't care if this little girl's doing a B&E right now.
Right.
You know,
Right.
get back to the goat.
I think they went too young with that character. The times that we're seeing her and stuff now, I really think they should have just made her a little bit older or something. And if nothing else, just make her like a privileged brat whose parents don't give two shits about any cause, and then have her go down that road of like she did in like the animated series.
Right.
Where she's all about saving animals and whatnot, and stopping testing on animals and this kind of stuff. You could easily put her in that position, make her 20 years old, and it would be perfectly okay. Although I guess that would also put her 10 years almost older than Bruce, but whatever.
Yeah,
So he's after a cougar.
exactly. He likes an experienced lady.
Oh my God, is there a Cougar Woman comic? Because if there's not, there needs to be.
It really does.
Like it's Catwoman when she's older.
It's hanging out at the bar.
Yeah. It's like the Eartha Kitt Catwoman, though.
Exactly. He's got a martini and ciggy breath.
Well, naturally.
Yeah.
She's got the long cigarette holder and everything. Come make me purr.
Guy's like,
Like, nah, I'm good.
So he gets about 8 drinks in him, and he's right there.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah.
She's rubbing all over his leg.
Yeah, whoa.
Tail up in the air.
And creepy.
Shit. But yeah, I'm with you. I think this show's getting better. And I also like that we got a little bit of Bullock backstory in this one, too.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
I think, and it helps because to this point, Bullock has been...
He's been your standard dickbag, almost dirty cop.
Yeah, I think he's been a little too slimy. This shows that he's not because he didn't just go, well, we got somebody and just move on.
Yeah.
Spurlers. He...
Oh, like, this case, and
it's like this doesn't chew right, and he kept pushing.
And it showed that he was actually like paying for his fucked up ex-partner's housing, and
right.
You know.
Oh, you mean Nick from Cheers fame? Carla's husband?
See, I knew that guy's been in a ton of shit.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
That's why when I first heard him talk, and I was like, is that what? And then they showed him up close, and I was like, oh, it's Nick.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the more I watch it, the more I think I like it.
Yeah, these are the kind of episodes that I want.
Right.
Because this one focused on the cops.
It was mostly like really kind of focused on Bullock more than anything else.
Yeah. And also, I mean, there's parts of it that I could still pick apart. Like the Barbara thing still needs to get the fuck out. That's just garbage.
Yeah.
Again, they talked about that on 7 Days a Geek, to where it's kind of like, it just feels like all they're trying to do is set it up like tune in, there might be a lesbian scene kind of a thing.
Oh, shit.
And it's like, yawn.
When are we going to break out the double ender?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, if you want to see some lesbian action, turn on Arrow, or Spurlers. No,
For bonus lesbian scenes, go to CW.com.
Naturally. Well, for this one, it would be Fox.
Yeah.
Or for this one, it'd be Foxy. No.
Yes. Fox with 2 X's.
They already have that network, the FXX.
All right, you're right.
I'm waiting until they put out the FXXX. Yeah.
Yeah, now
the more X's, the sexier it is. That's why we need to put like 12 X's at the end of our show name.
Perfect.
Because that's pretty hot. 12 X's? I mean, damn.
Well, I mean, damn it, we didn't say it. Sexy show on a network.
Well, obviously.
Got derailed by all the spooky scary in the beginning.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Our show.
Hard to focus on sexy when you're pissing your pants, unless you're into that.
Right.
Yeah.
Glass table and all.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, the Fish Mooney stuff again can go right to hell.
Right.
I thought the Cobblepot thing with his mom was creepy as shit.
It was pretty creepy.
And again,
although, is it just me or does his mom look almost identical to Tracy Ullman in Robin Hood Men in Tights?
You are correct, sir. That was the first character I thought of. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
You changed your name to Latrine?
That's better than Shithouse. Exactly.
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yep. Like I said, that was the first thought I had too. I was like, it's a little close.
Yeah.
Because she really did, but yeah. Like coming in, he's in the bathtub in that scene.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too. I'm like, what's she gonna do? Like start, scrubbing him down?
Well, I mean,
gotta get the undercarriage there, Oswald.
Right? All that waddling, you work up a lather.
It's got some severe chiefage.
Oh. Well, plus she makes that comment. Like, she keeps talking to him about, like, basically, like, she comes to the doorway of going, "You hanging out with the whoas?"
Yeah, exactly.
And then she makes that one comment, like, you fell in love with someone else or something like that, like, almost alluding to, like, that him and her are,
That's sort of weird, yeah.
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 I was hoping...
Mother.
Yeah, exactly. Which, okay, fine, feeds into the neurosis of the character. I can live with this, So, yeah, I thought that stuff was pretty strong.
Yeah. All in all, ding. What'd you think of Flash?
I loved this episode.
Yeah.
Because Wentworth Miller was fucking great as Captain Cold.
Right?
I mean, holy shit.
When they first, got the freeze gun, I'm like, oh my God, they're going for Captain Cold. But I'm like, Spurlers. He's missing his blue parka until the end. I'm like, oh shit, they got the fuzzy blue parka.
And he even wears the goggles because of how bright.
Even better goggles.
Even better, you're right. Like, and honestly, keeping the parka down is a much better look than wearing it up. But
that's true. But still, I was very impressed. He had the blue furry parka.
Yeah, he wasn't in like military tactical gear with a freeze gun, which seems to be like the new way of doing things. Everyone's got to look like they're in tactical gear or something.
Flash, sponsored by North Face.
Yeah.
He's got the next North Face gear on.
Right. Yeah, his character was great, though. I really dug that. That was, shit, there was something else I was going to say about this one. I can't remember what it was. something that I was kind of like, eh. Oh, again, spoilers. Toward the end, did you notice how, like, they made a comment that, like, they tracked the cold gun because it gave off a certain signal or whatever?
Right.
And then later they're like, oh, we can't track him anymore. He must have turned that off. But at one point, God, I really got to get better with the character names. Jesus Christ. Jesse L. Martin. I can give you the actor, but I can't tell you his name in the show. West is his last name.
Long hair.
No, the cop.
Oh, you're right. Fuck.
Yeah, anyway. He makes a comment about how he's like small time, basically. Like how he couldn't, like he couldn't figure anything out to save his life, basically. He was just a goon, basically, But later on he figures out how to turn off something, some sort of a tracking thing that, like, this nerd that works at Star Labs figured out.
Well, yeah, because it certainly seemed like when the scenes that had him in it, that he was very hardcore.
Yeah.
And knew his shit as a criminal.
Right.
Like, we've got, 32.5 seconds to do this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, he was cold, if you will.
Oh.
Calculating.
Wait. Like Captain Cold, it all makes sense now.
Exactly. I want to know how he became a captain, though.
Just like Captain Crunch.
Well,
Captain
hey. Yeah, I was going to say, don't be attacking Captain Crunch's service to this country.
And the Captain and Tennille.
Or Captain Morgan, don't forget him.
Well.
You're just throwing random captains out there.
Yeah, why not, right?
Talking about one that, brings us rum. He may be elevated to the top of the list.
And parrots.
And parrots.
And horse.
And putting his knee up.
Well, yeah. About time to put my knee up.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yeah, Flash enjoyed it.
Yeah. I was a little surprised by Wentworth Miller because I'd never I didn't really think much of him as an actor. But I thought he killed this role. So
right. Killed it.
And I love the fact that finally, spoilers, a villain didn't die.
Right.
Like, they keep killing off, like, every one of them, these superpowered characters. So, I mean, he's not superpowered. He has a gun. But it's still... And how great, again, spoilers, how great was the end when he's handing the heat gun out.
Right.
I was like, yeah. I love the way that the Flash is doing the, like, post-credit scene type
like,
things.
Here's a little tease, bitches.
And they've all been decent. And they progress the story,
Well, it's got to the point that even, like, when it wrapped up, I was like, I looked at Jeannie and I'm like, all right, what's the post-credit scene gonna
right?
be?
See? Every week, yeah. Well, and it's, the show itself is a little, it's a little hammy at times, But I really think that fits the Flash.
It does.
Because he is the resident, like...
dark and serious, it'd be weird.
Yeah, he's always the jokester in the Justice League. He's the guy that basically is kind of like the opposite of Batman. Where Batman's taking everything super serial, and, he's over in the corner making a joke that everyone's kind of probably chuckling under their breath at, and Batman's just, like, boring holes in him, glaring at him. No appreciation for bottom shelf puns.
How dare he?
Yeah. It's like, if I wanted that, I'd listen to the Salty Language Show, the sexiest show on the network.
Exactly.
With 12 X's. We should put that out there. Just put 12 X's. Maybe like the X's stand for sexy.
The X's stand for sexy.
Yep. So, yeah,
I like it.
You got anything else about the TV shows?
Not really.
You want to add in about Constantine, which I fell behind. I didn't get a chance to watch. Episode 2.
I'm going to keep watching it, but the last episode I was kind of meh about.
Okay. Did it progress the stories from the first one?
Yeah, it did,
okay.
but I just was kind of like,
it's an episode? Okay.
Yeah.
I get you. It happens, It's kind of, how it is. Like, the first few episodes, like, that's why I've always said, like, I want to give a show 5 or 6 episodes, because, in the first ones, they're generally kind of throwing a bunch of stuff at you and, fleshing out some characters, and, sometimes it's a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is a show that could get overwhelming easily because there's a lot to deal with in that show.
For sure.
Yeah. So, all right.
I did manage to get logged in if I wasn't at voicemail.
Okay. Let's give it a go.
Let me know if you need more volume because I don't just replay it, all right?
Oh, I will. Yeah.
Come on. Unable to transcribe it, too. We got no Google translation.
That's fantastic. Man, dead air is fantastic.
This is a great voicemail, isn't it, boys?
Damn it, I wish I had some intermission music to play or something.
Yeah, really.
Enough of that.
Okay, well, apparently it's not going to play.
Oh, right. That's what I was hoping for.
I guess you can play it on your end.
You just won't get to hear it, I guess.
It's only 11 seconds long.
Oh, is it? All right. Boy.
I guess you're going to have to give me the gist since I won't be able to hear it.
All right. Well, I'm going to play it then.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, when it comes up, that is. So you got to make intermission music now.
Intermission music?
Mm-hmm. Oh, never mind. I have the thing here. Ready?
Oh, damn it. Yeah.
What you gonna do with the big fat pig? Bacon, 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 bacon.
All right. Well, that was Don and or other people. I'm not entirely sure because it was loud. Singing something about what are you going to do with a big fat dick?
Huh. What are you going to do with a big fat dick, huh?
Yeah. And then there was some other stuff I couldn't understand. Maybe someone else did. That's probably why it couldn't be transcribed, because it was all
Just
over the place.
A bunch of noise.
Yeah.
Wow. If I were to guess, there might have been some drinking going on.
No, it couldn't have been, considering it was sent on a certain Friday.
Post Blitz and Growler fill up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably after Blitz or Growler number 1. So yeah, that was.
So, was that the question of the week? What are we going to do with a big fat dick?
I don't even know what I want to call this. It was something. That's what it was.
It was something.
It was
All
something. Well, thanks, Don, and whoever else participated in that nonsense.
I would say shake it and put it away.
No more than 3 times, or you're playing with it.
Unless you're into that.
Right.
Oh,
Which is fine. We're not here to judge.
Which is fine.
Well, we are.
I got a question for you, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I don't know if you bought it this year or not, but I was thinking about Madden, right?
Yeah. I have not, actually. It's first year, and I don't know how long I have not bought it.
Okay, because I know you've been like, you get Madden pretty much every year.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Now, I was thinking about this last week.
Mm-hmm.
What if, because instead of paying $60 every year for the same game, I know they change a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're basically paying for new rosters, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, they always try to add, like a new tackling system or fix problems people had with the previous year, but yeah.
What if they charge you like, I don't know, $100 and you got 3 years out of the game? It was just like constant updated rosters.
I think a lot of people would be on board for that.
Or even like a monthly subscription kind of service.
I also think a lot of people would be on board for that.
Yeah. Because I don't see why they have to release it every fucking year with not much changing.
Well, I mean, the real reason is because they'll get $60 a pop times,
okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, aside from the obvious reason of they make disgusting amounts of cash off of it.
Because like guys like me, I don't really buy Madden. I have a couple times, but I don't get like the replay value of it like you get. I play a couple seasons and I'm kind of like, I move on to something else.
Yeah, and I don't even like get the value that a lot of people get because I don't play the modes like they always have. They have the Ultimate Team mode where you get like packs of cards and you build a team, and the cards are only good for so many games, basically.
Right.
Excuse me. So you may have a Peyton Manning card that's that's good for 3 games. Well, at the end of that goes away. So then you have to replace that card with another quarterback card, kind of a thing. So you may have to downgrade from Manning to somebody else to play for a couple games or whatever. I mean, and then they also have a place where you can like trade and buy and sell cards and packs and stuff. And that's one of those like in-game purchase kind of things where you can spend actual money on them, or there's tokens and stuff within the game, which of course you don't accumulate as quickly as you'd like to because
why would you?
They want you to buy them.
You mean real money?
Yeah. But I don't generally fool with that much unless there's a cheap, like usually there's like a, like build a team is an achievement or something. So I'll do that just to get the damn achievement.
Right.
And there's other modes in there too. Like I usually just play like whatever the season mode is. I'll just play that over and over and over. But there's modes,
Yeah, I always wondered that about sports games because I mean, there's only so much you can add to them.
Yeah.
Besides a
Right.
current roster.
Right. It's like, well, here's new graphics every year because,
Yeah.
this year's a little different because, you have next-gen
Next gen.
systems, whereas they put out Madden last year on the next-gen systems, but those are just ports. This year they're
Right.
actually being made native to...
built for.
Yeah, so they're going to be a better game than last year. But aside from that, I know they were supposed to redo, like, the tackling system because a lot of people have had some issues with the tackling the last couple of years. And sometimes some of the, I think it's some of the cornerbacks and stuff just make ridiculous plays. I mean, they'll
Right.
intercept a ball. There's no way in hell they could intercept. And you're just playing, you're like, come on. But whatever. Yeah, other than that, though, you're right. It's just a roster update. Now, I would be totally happy, honestly, if they were like, once every 2 years, once every 3 years, put out a brand new, here's the new version of the game.
Yeah. And
honestly, even if they just put out the game, they were like, boom, here's the game. Okay, for the roster updates and this and that, it's like $40 next year, let's say, or $30.
Or here's
or
X amount for like a season pass or whatever,
Yeah.
for all our DLC for this
Yep,
year.
I
whatever
would
we're doing.
probably be more on board for that because, like you said, it doesn't change that much usually. Once in a while,
Right.
there'll be like a few years ago when they finally introduced gang tackling. That was a huge deal because before that you could not hit with two guys at the same time. Really,
Right, unless you're the one-man gang.
Yeah,
It just doesn't matter.
well, that's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can tackle with like up to 6 guys. That
Right.
way more realistic because a running back hits the pocket or hits the hole. A lot of times
Yeah, he
everyone
does.
collapses to him. And there's like
Boy,
4 or
do
5.
they.
So that kind of stuff really changed the game. But most of the time it's just stuff looks a little prettier or you got to update because Nike's now the official sponsor, not Reebok.
Right.
But
Yeah.
those seem like changes that could be made easily via coding, I would think. Maybe not, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah. Well, I guess on like seasons like that you put out a new version or something,
Or like, a big fat download like Rockstar does.
Yeah. Or like what was that Need for Speed used to do? Remember when they went to real time on those, and it was that huge file on the Xbox that you had because you had like real time rain and all that kind of stuff. It was insane, but it made the game way cooler.
Yeah.
And that
It
was a
was
free update.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very
But
interesting.
there's a lot of people that I think would be on board for that kind of thing. I've wondered that too with some games, like honestly, like the golf game, the Tiger Woods golf.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, listen, I love playing that game. I haven't bought it in like 3 years. I'm still trying to play. I'm like trying to beat things from like 3 years ago in that game.
Right.
And I've played a lot of it, but it just takes forever to play.
Because what changes?
Yeah, not much. The graphics get a little crisper. Sometimes they'll introduce a new technique or something, which a lot of times in these games I hate. I don't like how a lot of these games are like, oh, the right stick is, this, and left stick is this, and it's getting to the point with, like, the hockey games. It's like, listen, if I want to play hockey, I'll go play hockey. I just want one that moves my dude, and the other one just,
You don't want one that's like, this is your left hand on your stick, and this is your right hand on your stick, and you got to move them simultaneously while doing a backflip because we're watching you on your Kinect.
Right. Man, I hate that. I can never land the backflip. I don't. There's a lot of those games that I'm just like, look, I want the point and shoot version.
Right.
I just want give me a couple options for a spin move, a deke, so I can do a little okey doke here and there. That's about all I need. A pass and shoot. That's all I really need. I don't need.
Let's just get to the bare bones. You just want NHL 93 again.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh man, if I could have graphics now with that. Yeah, I'd be all over it. I'm not going to lie.
See, I know what's up.
They should do that.
They should.
It's not like it'd be hard to do. Basically, you'd have 2 buttons to use.
Yeah, for sure.
Or 3 buttons. Because I want to say that there was the body check button. There was body check, poke stick, and something else on defense. And then on offense, it was like, I think it was spin move.
Shoot,
yeah,
and
I think
boost.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. Yeah, because I think the buttons on top were speed boost or something like, or tapping one. I don't remember. It was something like that though. So yeah, that's all I need.
So simple.
Yeah, I don't need all these other shenanigans.
Plus, writhing douchebags on the ice bleeding.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Or is that NHL 92? I can't remember.
Whatever. I think 93 had it.
All I know is there's nothing more satisfying than busting somebody's head open.
Right.
On the ice. All right, I wanted to bounce that off you because,
Yeah, there's been people talking about it in the forums and stuff for years, and honestly, the reason they're not going to do it is because they just make too much money.
They make too much scratch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, if they can get people, like me, I've bought it almost every year. I've handed them $60 every year. Now, I don't buy pretty much any of the extra stuff that they sell. Like, every year, I don't buy hardly anything from pretty much any sports game. I did for the golf one because they had extra courses. And,
well, that makes sense.
I was like, oh, okay, new courses to play. That's totally different. That'd be like in the NFL if they were like, oh, we don't give you certain teams. Like
we left this conference out.
Yeah,
What?
like I kind of want those. Like, but in the past they've had like jerseys and stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Or the one year I thought it was kind of cool. They had the old AFL presentation or whatever.
Right.
Where it was all like grainy and everything, and but I was like, I'm not buying that.
Kind of cool, but
yeah, no. And they had a great opportunity a few times. Like they automatically put the pink like cleats and all that on the guys in the game. They should have had that as a download with a portion of that going to breast cancer or something.
You mean the little sliver that actually goes to breast cancer?
Yeah. But, that's an opportunity
Yeah,
I think they kind of missed there, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true. What are you going to do?
Then again, I wouldn't buy that because I don't like the pink stuff on the guys.
Yeah, Once it goes back to awareness again.
Yeah.
Like we circled it back around the beginning of the show.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We will circle the wagons.
Wait.
Circle the wagons. We talking about titties.
Yeah, well, while we're on kind of football, why don't we talk about some feetsball?
Oh,
and
right.
Our picks real quick.
That's right, Brian.
I was like, wait for what? I didn't hear it at first. I was like,
how did you not hear it? It's the classic battle.
Man versus elements.
Exactly.
That's in the classic battles, right? It's like man versus man, man versus self, man versus elements. No. I can't remember
man
the other
versus
one.
booze.
Yeah, well, man versus floor.
Man versus wild. Oh, wait, I don't like that show.
Man versus police. All right, so last week we recapped some. We couldn't recap the San Diego at Denver game, which we both missed on. San Diego got beat 35-21. We both had San Diego winning that game, so that's amazing. And we were 3-2 before that game. So
right.
After 2 weeks, we were both 3-3. So, pretty amazing.
Hey, 500.
Wait, that's not right. I don't know. Whatever. So this past week, we had, what do you got? Green Bay at New Orleans, which you had said there was going to be the slaughter in the swamp, I believe it was.
Swamp fever.
Yeah. And I said that it was in no way, shape, or form going to go that way, that it would be fairly close and Green Bay would win. You got the team right. I was closer on the score, but
I'm telling you, swamp fever strikes every time.
Yeah. Washington at Dallas. We both had Dallas winning that game, and somehow we were both wrong. I don't know how, but Dallas found a way to lose that game.
Yeah, well, when Romo's getting busted up and shit.
Yeah, I guess.
Getting falcon kneed or whatever.
Right. So, and then the third game from the last week was the New Orleans Saints, fresh off the swamp fever, going to Carolina.
Out of the muck of the bayou.
We both picked New Orleans to win, and we were both correct on that one. So for last week, you went of the 4 games that we hadn't picked yet, or hadn't recapped yet, you went 2-2, and I went 1-3. So I was obviously on fire.
Clearly.
And fuego, if you will. So after that, coming into the picks for this week, you were 5-4, and I'm 4-5. So we were both crushing it.
Crushing it.
Crushing it. All right, so this week we have, well, actually, it's the game's going on right now. And again,
Yes,
we're not
it's true.
watching, it's going on. We have Baltimore at Pittsburgh,
Right?
where the loser of this game goes into last place in that division, which is kind of weird because none of the teams have a losing record in that division.
That is weird.
Yeah, even Cleveland has a winning record.
That's even weirder.
I know. Yeah.
Well, Brian, how you feeling about this game?
I want to go. These two teams like to slap the hell out of each other. And I kind of want to go with Baltimore. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to go 24-17 Baltimore.
24-17. I'm also feeling Baltimore just because fuck the Steelers. It's never been, Yeah. Fuck you, Steelers.
All right.
Steeler Nation. Suck it.
Right.
But instead, I'm doing 21-14.
Okay.
Baltimore.
So we both got it fairly close, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the second game, or Monday night's game, is the Indianapolis Colts at the New York Football Giants.
The G-Men.
Yeah. Eli and company.
Eli and company.
I'm loving this music.
The music's great.
I know.
Old NFL music is the best.
The music's the best part of this bit.
It's a good chance.
Yeah.
Well, I do believe, Brian, that the Giants are going to be picking horse teeth out of the giant feet. I don't know.
That's awful.
It's horrible, I know.
That was so bad. Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be a close game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do 27. No, sorry. 28-24.
In favor of?
The Giants.
Okay.
The New York.
Okay. So 24
Football Giants.
24
Yes.
for Indianapolis, 28 for the New York Football Giants. Gotcha.
You are correct.
This is always one of those games. Like, I hate picking against Eli Manning. Because you just never
Right.
know what the hell you're going to get out of him. You just never know if you're getting that 4-touchdown game or you're getting the 4-interception game.
Right.
And
Either way, you're getting some mouth breathing.
Yeah, right. Well, that's for sure. And Andrew Luck's horrible beard.
Oh, Movember.
I want to put his beard on Eli's woe is me face.
Be chock full of mouth breathing drool.
You know what?
Be like
Fuck
me
it.
in the morning when I wake up.
Pretty much. Except
Like,
with
oh, God.
with no mustache.
Gotta go take a shower. He does have the Amish beard. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
I'm going to take Indy in this game, I think.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like your score is pretty close. In fact, I think I'm going to go 27 for the Colts and 21 for the Giants.
The New York Football Giants.
Yep. And then Thursday night football in the game that everyone will be watching. The Cleveland
talking about-
Browns.
The Battle of Ohio.
Yes, at the Cincinnati Bengals. The battle for Ohio.
The Battle for Ohio. Everyone's enthralled.
Yeah, the battle for Ohio that is only relevant in politics.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Actually, it's relevant in football, I guess, this year because both teams are playing decent football. So, although Cincinnati's been a bit of a disappointment this year.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's soon to be like, these Tigers are going to fuck shit up. These Bengals.
And then not so much.
Everyone's going to be like drunk Indian guys. Remember that story?
Yes.
Anywho, what are you feeling on this game, sir?
Oh, I kind of want to go. You know how on the TV
Epic Battle for Ohio.
they always do like the upset pick or whatever? Because I don't. Again, there's no Vegas odds on this game yet.
Right.
I can't wait to see what the odds are though.
Yeah.
What the spread is on this game because I'm really curious to see which team's the favorite. I'm guessing Cincinnati,
I would think so too.
but it can't be much because
No, it's gonna be close.
Cleveland's been playing decent. I kind of want to pick Cleveland. Yeah, what the hell? We'll put it out there, right? I'll make some risky picks. I'll be that guy.
All right.
Worked the last time I said that with Randy Moss in Fantasy League.
It's true.
Well, until the playoffs, then it didn't work so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell? I'll take Cleveland, and I'm going to go 28-24.
28-24.
Yeah, I'm gonna basically steal your Indy Giants score.
Well, Brian, this is where we differ, sir.
Well, we differed on the last game too.
Well, I mean, in this one.
Oh, okay. You're gonna take
Shut your whore mouth.
You're gonna take the Bengals, eh?
I am, because,
Welcome to the jungle, baby.
Well,
You're gonna die.
you do have an affinity for redheads.
well, you'll have that.
Andy Dalton's gonna be gingering it all up.
Yeah, exactly. I do believe it's going to be get in the ring, motherfucker. For more GNR
I
references.
do. I like it. Yeah, it's nice.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a field goal game myself.
Okay.
I'm doing 17-14 Cincinnati.
Ooh, close, eh?
That's what I'm saying.
What it really comes down to is you're not saying a defensive struggle. You're just saying that offenses are going to be awful in this game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It is the Battle of Ohio, after all.
Right. All right. Well, then, there's our picks for this week. We'll see
You
how,
betcha.
We'll see how horrible our streak goes here. Although, again, at 5-4 and 4-5, we've got to be really close to like the pros, like the
I would
guys on
think.
TV, because they're never good.
No,
Like
they're shit.
they pick the obvious picks, and then each week they have one that they call an upset pick that generally isn't really that much of an upset.
Right.
Not like you would have picked St. Louis to beat the 49ers again today.
Yeah, or what about the Chargers getting shut out?
Oh, shit.
We saw that happening.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, there's always a game or two like that, but I don't really think any of the 3 games we had were those kind of games.
No.
As far as, I wouldn't be shocked if either of us were wrong on any one of these games.
Right.
I think they're all fairly close games, whereas some of the games in the past where we've been like, what the hell?
Well, last time I checked, Brian, we have microphones in front of us, and we are recording on the internet. Therefore, we are professionals.
And correct.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. All right. So let's see. What else do we have to talk about here? We'll talk a little funny books.
We can talk some funny books.
Not that we have a lot to talk about this week.
Not really.
I mean, plenty came out. Just a lot of it was, as we kind of talked before, a lot of it was just like books. Like, it's just another I don't know. Like, the news stuff that I read was, you know what? There were a couple I didn't write down but one we both read was the Axis Carnage #1.
You're right.
What'd you think?
I don't know.
Right?
Because, to be honest, because the only Axis books I've read are the
actual
3 the actual Axis run that we talked about on the show already.
Yeah.
And from those 3 books, I never really got the whole some weird spell happened and bad guys are good guys now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was. I never picked up on that at all.
Well,
Maybe I'm just retarded.
Again, it's that Magneto convinced the bad guys that they all needed to.
Right,
chip
but in the Axis
Yeah.
Carnage book, it's like, now I feel like I need to do good. And,
Yeah. Now I
which
will.
I'm like,
I will say this, the reason I wanted you to read it was I found it hilarious how whenever he was trying to do the right thing, he was
he's just
horrific.
fucking up horribly.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I'll save you, and slices dude in half. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
And I did laugh at that, and I'm like, if that's going to be the attitude of the book, it might be fun to read because it kind of feels a little Deadpoolish,
Right.
To
Not
where-
as funny as Deadpool, though.
No, not at all.
No.
But but if it gets more serious, then I'll probably jump. I don't even know. I don't know how many issues it's supposed to be.
I'll give it another shot when it comes up again, because why not?
Yeah.
But I didn't know really what to make of it.
Yeah. That's why when I saw it was coming out, and I was like, I haven't read a Carnage book in a while, so I was like, all right, I'll have a look at it. And like I said, I laughed when he cuts that guy's wrist off or whatever.
I mean, it kind of, I don't know. It kind of made me feel like, when they did Venom, Lethal Protector.
Exactly. That's Yep. I thought that too.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah. So that, like you said, I'll give it another go. If another one comes out, like I said, I haven't looked to see if they're planning like like 4 issues or 3 issues or something. I don't know.
Right.
So
I don't think it's got enough to stand on its own as a.
No. Not at this point.
No. But a little arc might be all right.
Yeah. So I also read there was a book that came out called Axis. I want to say it was I can't remember if it was Revolutions or Revelations.
Right.
But man, it had 2 stories in it. And the first one was like a whole Spider-Man thing where it's like, I don't know if this was supposed to be part of their anti-bullying campaign or if this is just how this hit, but good God, I felt like I was being force-fed. I feel like I was reading a pamphlet for a religion almost.
Right.
You know, to where they're just giving you their, you know, it's like, here's our doctrine, you know, and just punching you in the face over and over with it. That's kind of what I felt, because the whole time Spider-Man is just talking to this kid about how no matter how much you hate someone or whatever, that you can't let the hate fuel you or whatever. You know? And I'm like, ugh.
I kind of got something along these lines a little bit, right? About the whole, like, force feeding of messages and shit.
Yeah.
Because for some reason over the weekend, I got caught in some sort of Macho Man loop.
Okay.
I don't know why I changed my wallpaper.
I saw
to
it. It's glorious.
It's a sweet wallpaper.
It is.
But
it's a Tower of Power too sweet to be sour.
Exactly. I started watching videos online about it, right?
As is tradition.
And one of the first ones I watched was Macho Man on Arsenio Hall, and it was hilarious.
Oh, nice.
Right? Mm. So I'm scrolling through related videos. There's another one where he's on Arsenio Hall.
Now, real quick, are we talking? I can't remember. Was he with WWF at the time, or
yeah,
WCW?
he's both WWF.
Okay.
Like the one where he's talking about, like, you know, going up against like Hogan in Pontiac, Michigan. So I mean, it's all, you know,
yeah,
or whatever. I think, I don't remember, but maybe it was Tito Santana. Doesn't matter,
right?
But the second time he was on Arsenio, there was so many messages of, like, don't do drugs, steroids are bad. He kept, like, positive thinking and, like, thumbs upping the camera.
Wow.
And the first appearance, he was clearly off the rails.
So you're saying by the second time he had cleaned his act up a little bit?
A little bit.
Okay.
Although the second time he had a fabulous, you know, like, black and white stars, and I mean, what an outfit.
Oh, he went out in, like, full regalia, huh?
Oh, yeah, well, both times he was in full regalia.
Nice. So he didn't, like, man.
I mean, you should really look him up. You
should. Yeah, I was going to say, you should put links to those up, because that sounds...
Macho on Arsenio.
Because it's Macho Man. See, right now, do you know what that makes me miss?
Macho Man?
Well, that too, but it makes me miss, you know, listening to Anti-Semantic Show when they would come back from break and Drew would hit you with the Macho Man, you know?
It's true.
Damn it.
Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to attempt to construct a macho suit for Halloween next year.
I think this is a great idea, and we should talk about that off mic so we can maybe work something out.
Excellent.
Because I got to come up with something to go with Macho Man. I might have an idea. Anyway,
hey, yeah, back to funny books.
Right. So in the second half of this book, the Axis whatever, it's like Doctor Strange and damn it, I can't remember his name. The guy who is his
Benedict Cumberbatch.
No, it's the guy who's like his manservant.
Oh,
I keep wanting to say Kato, but I know that's not right.
I was trying to think of some sort of man-slave sex joke, but I couldn't think of a name.
I don't know, his leather daddy or something. No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No. But he's just being awful to this guy throughout the whole book. I mean, just horrible to him. And I'm like, this isn't at all like a Doctor Strange book. And, you know, and then, like, what's his name kind of gets some revenge on him toward the end or whatever. And I'm like, again, I don't know if this is the whole anti-bullying thing and I just missed it, that was what the goal was here. But it's like, apparently this is an ongoing or at least a miniseries because there's at least another episode of it.
Right. I mean, maybe he's, Strange wasn't get his libido tickled as much as he needed to.
I guess. All I know is that it's going to be tough for me to read a second issue of that because I started reading the Spider-Man story and I'm flipping and I'm just like, God, okay, enough. I get it. Bullying is bad. So I just start flipping pages. And then I see the Doctor Strange part. I'm like, okay, good. There's something else in this. And I start reading that.
Clearly, there's no bullying and sorcery.
Right. And I'm just like, this is awful. So, yeah. I finished that book and then moved to... What was the other one? Oh, it was Deadpool and Captain America. It was a Death of Wolverine, Deadpool, and Captain America.
Okay.
And it's Captain America now, so he's,
he's in his wheelchair and walker with tennis balls and whatever else.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's a mission where him
incontinence problems.
Well, who doesn't have those? Wait. He's on a mission with Deadpool to retrieve. Basically, they're dealing with the aftermath of Wolverine's death, in that they're trying to get rid of anything that may have Wolverine's DNA on it, so he can't be brought back or cloned. Essentially.
Oh, geez, sort of like blacklighting his room.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's horrific.
Like, oh my god,
Yeah,
he beat off over here.
Well,
too?
they just turned the black light on, and the room just glows. It's just all white. Oh. Like, that's pretty thorough, though.
It's all over Steve Rogers' shirt.
Mouth. And, yeah. But they're looking for, like, some knife where Wolverine got stabbed or something like that. So, you know, kind of a thing. And that was, it was an interesting book. But for having Deadpool in it, it was a little more serious than normal. But I'm not sure if that's an ongoing either. And if that one's an ongoing, it's one I would probably read. So you should probably check that one out. I just read it last night, or I didn't figure there was going to be time for you to cover that one.
Fair enough.
Not that it takes all day to read a comic or anything, but I know you're slow at reading. Yeah. No. Stop every couple
I'm
pages.
Easily distracted.
That's true. You're like, boy, Captain America looks hot as an old guy. Fat.
Look at that cardigan.
Deadpool's mask is pretty tight.
So I finally read the Thor #1 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about like weeks ago.
Right. The debut of female Thor.
Yeah. Because I was kind of sitting on it and I kept looking at it and I'm like, do I really want to do I care? Because I've never really read Thor before.
Yeah. Thor's had some really good runs off and on.
Right. But I finally was like, all right, pulled the trigger, read it.
You were disappointed there was no Rainbow Road in it, though.
There was no Rainbow Road, which I'm like totally own the shortcut.
Rainbow Bridge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whatever the hell it is. I'm confusing it with Mario Kart again.
Mario Kart.
Yeah. I'll do that.
But, I see what you mean about Mopey Thor being super annoying.
Yeah.
And the whole, like,
although I'm still on board, I'll read it going forward. But
yeah, it hooked me because I kind of want. I guess now I don't want to give away spoilers, but like things happen to Thor, and I'm like, really? So I kind of want to see what it goes into next. I kind of want to see what. Yeah. It was enough of a good story that I'm in for the next issue.
From the first issue, do you have, without saying it necessarily, unless we want to totally spoil something, do you have a guess as far as who Thor is?
I kind of have an idea, but I don't really want to say it.
Okay.
Because the second issue should be coming up like
soon.
Yeah,
real soon, in fact.
Yeah. And stuff.
Yep.
So I don't know. I guess we'll, I'll throw you my answer off the air.
Nice.
Because what is there? Some sort of earthquake going on in Shameless Plug Studios?
There is. All right, I think we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back.
Break? We don't take breaks anymore.
Yeah, we're going to now. Ha! Okay, we're back, but you didn't even notice we were gone. That's how good we are.
Did you?
Well, I'm sure they did.
Oh, okay.
Even for that briefest of second. They were like, wow, it's just not as sexy right now.
Like the sexiness has suddenly dropped way off.
They're looking at the list, and they're like, it's not even close to 12 X's anymore.
It's true.
Yeah. So, Saga 24 came out, and that was the biggest downloaded book of not downloaded, but the biggest pulled
book on Reddit r/comic books.
Right, and rightfully so, because it's Saga, it's a huge book, and
right.
It was the end of a story arc, and all I'm gonna say, this isn't really spoilers, but just in case you're an ass, spoilers. They leave you hanging. And the book's not coming out again until like the beginning of next year.
Those sons of bitches.
They're going on a tiny hiatus.
Tiny?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's only a few months.
Right, because the November issue came out, and then it's really mainly like they're skipping December, because I think like the collected issue comes out next month, and then and then in January or February is when the new issue comes out. So. Right. But yeah, they kind of leave you in a place where you're like, damn it, because, Brian K. Vaughan's good at that, I guess.
Fair enough.
So that's all I got to say about Saga. Good read, good way to kind of wrap the arc, but at the same time, kind of infuriating because I want more now.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
I don't want to wait 2 months for more. So yeah, there you go. Southern Bastards #5 came out. Have you read that yet? Any of it?
I have not.
You should read that series. It's a good read.
Yeah, that's what I've seen in some things online, and you said it. And I need to read it. I just haven't had a chance.
Yeah, and #5 kind of wraps up the first arc. So, and again, it's it's a good read. It really is. Latour and Jason Aaron they're putting out some good work at the moment. So the characters are really a lot of people are going to know people like the characters in the book, for better or worse.
Right.
So yeah, that's about all I got. I think for the. Oh no, there was one other book I read. That I read somewhere. Somebody recommended it's Memetic #1, and it's a weird read though. It's like this guy starts this one day gets a tweet or something, or he's on Reddit, and there's one of the top things, and it's a sloth with a pinwheel hypnotic kind of thing behind it.
Right.
And basically everyone's like, "Oh my god, this makes me so happy to look at." And everybody's it's blown up all over Twitter and Reddit and all.
Hypnosloth?
Pretty much, yeah.
Right.
And the guy who originally sees it, he's kind of doesn't do anything for me. And he he's talking with other people, and they keep talking about how happy it makes them feel, and he's like, well, it must be because I'm colorblind that I don't get it or something. And it just keeps going and going. Well, it turns out, I'm going to give spoilers away on this one because I don't know that most people will go read this. Brian. That basically this meme is actually a memetic is basically something that you can use to basically kind of not brainwash people. I'm trying to think what the word for it is. I can't remember the definition now. But anyway, you can use it as psychological warfare. And that's basically what this sloth image is being used for. So this guy talks with someone else who predicted that years ago they were these kind of things are going to be used, and everyone laughed at him basically.
Right.
And the guy who did this is blind, because of macular degeneration. So they're setting it up, obviously, that the heroes in this are people who can't see the image, essentially. But everyone who looks at it is basically falling under its spell, and then people basically are just falling over dead or under the control of whoever has set this up. So, like I say, it's kind of a far-fetched, kind of a weird read, but I kind of want to read the next issue to see what they do with it. Because I like the idea that a happy sloth has turned everyone into kind of zombies.
I agree.
But it was a really weird read. Like I said, I'm not necessarily recommending the book. I'm just, I read it.
Right.
So, yeah, there's that.
One of those oddball books.
Yeah. I mean, if I have make sure you go read this week. I mean, it's going to be Saga because that's such a good story. That's such a good book.
Right.
And if you don't like it, then I don't know.
Go fuck yourself.
You might as well be Hitler. I don't know. I kid.
No, you don't.
A little bit.
Okay, fine.
A little bit. So we had a week off. Oh, one last book that I read was the Death of Wolverine Legacy.
Oh, yeah.
You remember I told you I was reading those? This one focused on Sabretooth. And there was an early part of the book that I was like, ooh, I like this angle, in that basically that Sabretooth has to live with the idea that he's not the one that killed Wolverine. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm on board for this. This might be cool because it could have Sabretooth kind of going on this rampage of just anger and stuff. It didn't necessarily turn out that way.
He's just blogging about it.
He's all emo. There's a sound effect we haven't used on the show in a while.
It's true.
I was just like, but again, the issue doesn't tie back into. Remember the first issue I said how they were all captured? They tell his story, but they don't tie it back into the overall story. They just kind of tell his story, and I think that's apparently what they're doing with each of these first so many issues. I think it's only supposed to be 7 issues. So it must be 4 or 5 of these kind of issues, and then 1 or 2 to just wrap it all up, I guess. So I'm probably going to read it all, because it's one of those series. It's not very long. It's, but I was kind of hoping they'd do more with that Sabretooth thing, because I was like, I kind of, like I said, I like the idea of him processing not so much feelings, but just being mad because he didn't get to kill Wolverine.
It's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I want to dig that run up so I can run him through, just so,
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Although, I do want to say, I do find it interesting in these various Death of Wolverine books that I've read, nobody's seen the body. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just saying. I've read various Death of Wolverine books, and either the people don't know or they haven't seen a body in any way, shape, or form. So
right.
The question I'm going to ask now that I haven't seen addressed in any of the books is what's happened to Wolverine's body. They make a real tiny reference to it, I think, in... I can't remember if it was Wolverine in the X-Men that came out this week or if it was... I think it was Wolverine in the X-Men. Because they're doing, in that book, they're doing an interesting thing to where they're doing a, what do you call it? Shit. Like, at a funeral when you get up and you give a eulogy.
Eulogy? Yeah.
They're kind of doing that to where there's this writer, she's writing a book about Wolverine, and it's basically her processing kind of like her feelings while she's talking to the different X-Men about Wolverine.
Right.
And it's written by, was it? I think Jason Latour actually is the guy working on it, the guy from Southern Bastards, and it's been written pretty decent, but there's not a lot going on in it, but that's been okay, But I
right.
think they allude to it a little bit in that book. That's the only thing I've seen about it so far, and I just kind of wonder if this is going to come into play somewhere. We'll see. Like Wolverine's final real sacrifice is, like that his body gets used to end the onslaught thing or something. I'm waiting for it. Waiting for it.
They use them like a round in a gun.
Yes, something like that.
Crazy like that.
Remember, if that happens, you fucking heard it here first.
We called it here, Brian.
Put that one up and in the football wins, right?
Yeah, I wish I had a good sound effect for that. I guess I'll just do this. There you go.
Good enough. We'll take a knowledge gong.
The old knowledge gone.
Yay, yay.
Yay, yay.
All right. Well, that's all I got for comics. I rambled on for like 10 minutes longer than I meant to.
That's all right.
I'll do that.
It's like I don't really have anything for comic books.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, a lot of the books that came out this week were just more of, like, and there's some that neither of us are reading. Like Wonder Woman, 35, I think, came out. That was the end of that story arc. But neither of us are reading Wonder Woman at the moment. So, yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah?
Yeah.
Mercy.
Yeah, see? All right. So, well, let's see. What else do we want to... Anything else? That's all I got.
Brian. I want to talk about Fireball.
Are you talking about the antifreeze whiskey?
Yes.
I hope I didn't just steal your thunder there.
No.
Okay.
If anyone hasn't heard, there's several European countries that pulled Fireball from the shelves.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's got the same a chemical in it that that's what we're looking for.
Is used
antifreeze. It shares of antifreeze, right?
Now, I would like to say, Men's Health a few weeks ago published a list of things that we use in this country, like water additives and such, that have things that are used in antifreeze also. There's a fairly substantial list of things that are...
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like I said, like various of those, like, I don't want to say a name brand necessarily, but, the different water additives to flavor the water.
Right. It's cinnamon whiskey. It burns like shit, right?
Yeah.
But the thing they're all worried about is propylene glycol.
Yeah.
It's called.
Right.
Right? You know what LD50 is, right, Brian?
It seems like I should, but I don't.
It's like the amount like a lethal dose takes to kill like 50% of the population to give the dose to.
Right.
Right? So the LD50 for the shit is 20 to 30,000 milligrams per kilogram of a rat.
Okay.
That's a hell of a dose.
That is a hell of a dose, yeah.
Yeah. Now, the alcohol is only 7,000 milligrams to kill. It has an LD50 of 7,000. So I'm pretty sure the alcohol in Fireball is probably way worse than the antifreeze chemical.
Yeah. You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I say when I first heard this, because I've got actually about a bottle of Fireball right next to me over here.
As is tradition, right?
As is tradition. I was like, well, what's this chemical? And I had to look it up because I was curious.
Yeah, I usually do too. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just
real quick. There is no recall that I'm aware of in the U.S. These are all in like Europe, basically.
It's all in Europe.
Yeah, which is always funny to me because anyway.
It's all in Europe.
Yeah,
but it said the first thing I saw was it's used in all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
And it's basically you'd have to have a whole bunch of it to really be to really be toxic to humans.
Right, which is why the FDA hasn't
in a short amount of time.
Yeah, which is why the FDA hasn't pulled it in the U.S.
Yeah,
because they've determined that it's a safe enough amount.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, so is arsenic as long as it's a little bit.
Right. But yeah, I mean, probably should be more worried about the booze in there.
Right, and also, I mean, realistically, it is booze. So it's not like going into it, you should go, I'm sure this is good for me.
Right.
It's flavored booze as well. And it's not flavored in that, I don't know, there's not like cinnamon casks that they age the liquor in and it pulls the cinnamon taste out of. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're pulling this, they're making the flavoring that gives it the cinnamon taste, I'm sure.
Right. I don't think it says on the bottle anywhere or anything, probably. Well, it says whiskey of natural cinnamon flavor. I can only assume that's good stuff.
Well, natural cinnamon flavor just means that it's stuff that's produced in nature that they can then process into a cinnamon flavor.
What you have here is a smooth whiskey with a fiery kick. Tastes like heaven, burns like hell. What happens next is up to you.
That seems kind of weird. All right.
That sounds like drunk fucking.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds like some charges being filed.
Or throwing up in the street.
Definitely throwing up in the street.
Yeah.
Woo! That sounds like white girl wasted. That's what that sounds like.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you, though. It's like one of those things that's like, listen, when it comes to booze, if you tell me it has an additive.
Lovely. Doesn't smell like antifreeze.
Right. Well, I hope not.
I've smelled antifreeze before.
Yeah. You've drank it. No. It doesn't say that. Yeah, with booze, I'm not as concerned. When you're telling me it's in, like, water additives or if it was in, like, juice boxes or something, I'm a little more concerned because it's like these things are supposed to be maybe not healthy, but you wouldn't
when
think...
I'm drinking water, I'm expecting water.
Yeah. I mean, but if I'm flavoring the water, it's like there's lots of things you can flavor water with that aren't antifreeze, ingredients, I would think. When you're talking about booze and flavored booze, it's like, well, honestly, booze itself is really a poison to the body. So, from that point on, I'm not expecting healthy. It's kind of like cigarettes.
That's what I had to do. I'm like, I got to find out the LD50 compared to alcohol. And I was like, that's hilarious that alcohol's way more deadly.
And I don't doubt it. Because like you said, it's just something that happens to be in antifreeze that also happens to be in... Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's the thing, like that Men's Health list that I mentioned, I bet if you look at that, you'll find the same thing. That a lot of that stuff, it's just that they use it. And I'm not saying that that's a good or a bad thing. Well, it's a bad thing because it's not natural or it's not real or whatever.
Don't get me wrong. I don't really like the fact that when I decide to spice up my apple cider, that I'm throwing some random chemical in my body. I was going like, what the fuck do I do with this?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, really, you could probably simulate that yourself. Take some whiskey and, infuse some cinnamon in it over time and,
Yeah, but
how
else am I going to get at this bottle with this sweet demon on it?
Yeah, there is that. It is a pretty sweet logo.
And then he's like, you can look through the bottle and it's black and he looks even badass. He's like, eating souls or something.
Well, spooky, woo!
Yeah, exactly.
God. We're so...
On a side note, Fireball, did you see the little video guy put together? He put a GoPro on a bottle of Fireball at a wedding?
Yeah.
Hilarious. What a great idea.
The best one is the one with the guy holding the kid.
Yes, yeah, it sure is.
I was just watching, what was it, At Midnight, I think they showed the video for it. I just started laughing. I was like, that's so great. I'm holding a baby. Give me some Fireball.
But I guess the Salty Language Science Department says...
Good news, everyone.
Keep drinking Fireball.
I wasn't prepared for that. I like it.
New sound effects.
Yeah, I kind of like. I mean, that I you know what I was expecting was a science drop because,
Yes, science.
I was expecting
There
that
you go.
because again you went to the labs on this one.
We had to.
Well, it's in
I thought
defense
about
of booze.
doing a couple shots tonight, but I got to get up and work in the morning.
Nah, you're fine.
That booze fucks up my sleeping.
Nah, you're fine. No, you have to get the right amount.
Well, that's true.
Like Fireball would really fuck up my sleeping because I'm gonna have horrid heartburn probably all night. So
Right.
yeah, it would fuck me up. But meh.
I had every intention, if this is a Friday or Saturday recording, of having shots of Fireball. But since it's a Sunday recording,
Well,
that shit ain't happening.
it would have been for science at that point.
That's true.
Because
Yes, science.
because you're like, listen, I've done shots all through the show. I'm not dead.
I'm fine.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can go outside and I won't freeze, but whatever. That's a good thing.
Perfect.
That's what booze is
Getting
supposed
cold
to do,
out.
right? For how many years has it been? Oh, you're cold? Have some whiskey.
Exactly. Why else does a St. Bernard have brandy in a barrel?
Right? What is a hot toddy?
Boom.
Yeah. That's the whole point of booze, to warm you up.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, in the winter. No, the whole point is to get you drunk.
Also true.
Yeah. Or if you have to have some sort of surgery done.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Old timey surgery.
Oh, man. Yep.
Because there's the bottle's there to numb the patient,
Yep.
clean the wound, and steady the doctor's hands.
Right. And also knock the patient out, if need be, by just slamming it against their head a couple of times.
Also true.
Yeah. Or if you need a knife.
Old timey
You
medicine.
smash the bottle and then you have a sharp object to cut with.
It's true.
Yeah. See? And it's already sanitized because it's got alcohol on the inside.
Even better.
See? It's such a Swiss Army knife. That's why you don't buy cheap booze, because they come in plastic bottles.
Also true.
You buy higher
That's
end
why
in
I
glass
had the
bottles.
option when I bought my Fireball of plastic versus glass.
Yeah.
I got glass.
Yeah. Naturally. Because
Mm-hmm.
you got to have something to, make your YouTube videos and hope you don't break them.
Because if I'm going to smash a whiskey bottle or someone, it's going to be a glass whiskey bottle with a demon on it.
Right.
Naturally.
Yep. So, all right. You got anything else? Because that's
I think that's all I got. I'm looking at my little notes and shit here. I mean, NASA's rocket blew up.
right. Well, I mean, if you want to talk about that for a second, not just that, but Virgin
That happened.
Galactic had
SpaceX, yeah, or whatever. Yeah, the Galactic 2 or whatever the hell it's called.
not a
That
good
blew
week,
up.
Not a good weekend for the space launches.
Not really.
Yikes. I mean,
see,
I'm not
the-
freaking out over either one of them, but
I guess our news blitz. You see the Pope, he's like, yeah, Big Bang and evolution. That's kind of
yeah,
what happened.
like Jesus isn't a wizard. I was like,
Yeah,
huh.
exactly. I was like, new Pope. He gets more and more respect every day.
Yeah, I think that at some point they're going to deem him as senile and move him along because he seems to be getting into some dangerous territory for religion here.
It's true.
Before long, he's going to be, kind of.
Like, what happened to the Pope? Oh, he's on vacation. Meanwhile, there's like a freshly dug pile of dirt in the middle of Vatican
Yeah,
City.
right.
With one lonely flower sticking out of it.
Right. Or the last Pope comes back and we have like a Jay Leno Conan situation.
That's true. Nice.
Yeah.
Some sort of battle to the death on the roof of the Vatican.
Oh, that's a no-brainer though, because the last Pope had like force lightning. Yeah, so I don't think the new Pope's got anything to fight force lightning. Not unless he
know.
has a like secret gun or something.
He might.
Or Vader comes out of nowhere and throws him over the top rope.
That'd be.
As long as both feet hit, because both feet got to hit for him to be
We're
eliminated.
talking like Vader the Wrestler with the weird mask, right?
Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. Either one, but it's funnier to me if it's that Vader, not Darth Vader. Or maybe it could just be Vader in a Darth Vader costume.
Maybe in his big voluminous sleeves, he's got like spring-loaded pistols to pop into his hands.
Nice. That'd be kind of cool.
Would be.
I don't think that's going to happen, though.
Probably not. It's very, very Assassin's Creed.
If
up on
it
the
does
roof.
happen, you heard it here first.
Knowledge gone.
Naturally. All right, well, let's get the hell out of here. Unless you got some more news for the news whip, blitz, whatever you want to call
That
it.
was just a couple random things I scratched on my notepad of fun over here.
All right. Well, yeah, because we're like sitting right at 2 hours here. So,
We should probably wrap this spooky episode
Yeah,
up.
I can't handle any more spooky or sexy.
Yeah, I wish I had some spooky sound effects, but I don't.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed you don't, because you have a soundboard thing and spooky,
I do.
and yeah, it's all right. Go to saltylanguage.com. It's the home of everything you need for the sexiest show on the network. All the links from tonight's episode, sexy pictures of Tony. Again, they're Easter eggs on the site. You got to click around to find them. Maybe some in his sexy cat costume.
It's true.
Spoilers, he's just wearing cat ears.
Cat ears and a cattail butt plug. It's horrible.
It may not be in his butt, though. You can get all the past episodes of the show, all 171 of them now with this episode, plus
good googly moogly, plus bonus.
Enthusiasts. Make sure you check out The Enthusiast if you haven't refreshed your feed, where we talk about the Beer Fest and such. Let's see. You can go to Salty. I'm just going to keep plugging the website. You can go to podgodsnetwork.com and see all the other shows in that network. We have all sorts of pals and such in there. We're also now part of the I've totally blanked. Musings of a Geek network.
This is a Geek, and we're on the podcast directory of
Geek Life Radio.
Geek Life Radio, yeah.
Yeah.
I also was drawing a blank there.
Yeah, it'll happen. It's all right. We're still new to that. We'll get it.
Yeah, that's true.
I should probably start writing it down until it becomes part of my spiel.
Repertoire.
Yeah. So go to those websites and check them out. There's banners at the top of our webpage where you can click on all the networks and such we're part of to go have a look-see. Don't forget, as Tony said, the Think Geek link at the bottom for like upcoming Christmassy time stuffs if you're going to buy some geek stuffs.
I was looking at it earlier. They have adult full-body PJs.
Yep.
And one of them is Deadpool. So
that's pretty sweet.
That's pretty sweet.
So, yeah. Go through that. They give us a little nip, help us out. Speaking of, if you don't find anything there and you want to go through Amazon, please click on the Amazon banner that's now located at the bottom of our page, and you can just shop as normal once you're there, and they give us a little taste to help us out.
Situated right next to the Think Geek link, if you will.
Yep. Trying to think. I think that's all right.
Salty Language on YouTube. I'm going to be putting some best of shit up there.
Cool.
You can leave us some sort of big dick message, apparently. 415-857-2589, bitches.
I would prefer you leave us something that's not big dick messages. I'd prefer stump dick messages over big dick messages.
Stump dick news.
Call back. Yep. Yeah, that's all I got, I think. Other than the show's on Twitter at salty_language. I'm on there at Stunami. I almost said your name.
That would have been weird. I am at Monotony.
Yeah, so
go check out my stuff that I barely do.
Right, right. On saltylanguage.com, there's links to all the social medias. So
yes, indeed.
So yeah, go check us out. Check out the other networks we're part of. Fill your ears with good times, and fill your heart with love. Until next time. Have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty.
And go
for wait,
what?
Stay spooky.
Oh, I see what you did. And go spook yourselves. I got nothing. That
was bad.
It's terrible. Let's get out of here.
All right.
You are now leaving the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.
Hey, it's your old buddy M2J here. Where could you go to find the greatest podcast about pro wrestling? Why, doing the job. Tell us more about it, Denny.
Well, that's right, M2J. You can find the best wrestling podcast in the world at dtjwrestling.com. And we don't even talk like this, man.
Yeah, man. Like we don't curse either. So probably.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, we don't curse on our show.
Well, anyway, as Denny was saying, dtjwrestling.com. You can find all about our podcast information there, such as on Facebook, on Twitter, and all that other stuff. And we're on the Podgods Network, podgodsnetwork.com. So come check us out if you like pro wrestling. We usually stream every Tuesday night. What do we like to say, Denny?
See you next Tuesday, where we put wrestling over.